she wasn't, you know, playing a typical Asian stereotype, nerdy, has a tiger mom, you know, is the sidekick to the white character. She was her own character. She was dumb, she was rich, she was funny.
What's the first piece of Asian media that really resonated with you? I feel like this might be for a lot of people, but I felt like Ryan Higa definitely started it all with how to be a ninja and how to be Asian and all these different like things on YouTube, and that exploded.
For me, it was Russell Peters' stand-up comedy, his clips that started to surface on YouTube back in 05 or 06.
I feel like the obvious answer is YouTube, because that was the only place of representation, I guess, that I had growing up. I didn't see many, you know, Asian faces in the media or in my immediate surroundings that did cool stuff. Like music was a big thing. That whole, what's his name, Joseph Vincent, AJ Raphael,
Jet Li in Warner Brothers' Romeo Must Die. For me as a kid, to see that come out of a stereotypical action film, you would think, right? And to see that he's the romantic lead and that he gets the girl at the end, so to speak, right? That was incredible, and that was really inspiring to me. And more importantly, the girl also wasn't Asian. So that was one of the first times I've ever seen that.
Crazy Rich Asians, not to be cliche, but it was especially the banquet scene where they played Tian Mimi by Teresa Tung that I thought was really impactful, because I didn't realize that it would be really impactful to me to hear these classic, really iconic Chinese songs that I listened to and heard my mom sing when I was younger be played in a film. You know, usually that doesn't happen for Asian Americans or Canadians.
Honestly, I still haven't encountered a piece of Asian media that I feel like I can resonate with. Definitely not in Hollywood. No movie that I can think of really represents or does Asian culture justice for me yet.
I watched my first Bollywood movie when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and it's been my favorite movie ever, and that's really resonated in me because it introduced me to Bollywood, which Bollywood has been a huge part of my life. It's allowed me to be more creative and more cultured.
Dumbfounded. The rapper, if you don't know him, he's a rapper, Korean American. It was really, really inspiring, just not in the things he was saying about Asian. Like, there's no dialogue about Asian identity and representation back then. It was just inspiring to see somebody who looked like me really go into unknown territory, so to speak, and do his thing and kill it.
Disney Channel's Sweet Life of Zack and Cody's London Tipton. So I know that sounds a little silly, but I had never seen someone who was Asian and kind of looked like me on screen, and she wasn't, you know, playing a typical Asian stereotype, nerdy, has a tiger mom, you know, is the sidekick to the white character. She was her own character. She was dumb, she was rich, she was funny, she was fabulous, she had fashion, she was beautiful, she was famous. Like, I had never seen an Asian woman represented in media that way. So I think it's super cool that Zack and Cody did that, and I really appreciate Brenda's song for that.
How did you make your first dollar? How did I make my first dollar? Definitely not through allowance, because like, what Asian kid had an allowance? Like, let's be real.